Beverly Hills nights were always like this. The hotel hosting the Kang Foundation Gala was no different. Under hundreds of chandeliers, black tuxedos and jeweled gowns moved through each other, and people clinked glasses with the kind of smiles they've been practicing for years. This was the kind of room where money and power didn't need to announce themselves. At exactly 9:14 p.m., a quiet ripple moved through the entrance. Kang Jisong had arrived, chairman of a Korean investment group, young, cold, and more successful than anyone in the room. People moved out of his way without even thinking about it. From across the hall, Jenny Cole was watching her husband walk in. In her ivory gown and diamond drop earrings, she still looked like the most elegant woman in the room. Truth was, Jenny always looked like the most elegant woman in every room she walked into, and it had never once been enough. Jenny moved toward her husband with a quiet smile, the way she always had. 7 years of practice made it look natural. Easy, even. She stopped in front of him and reached out her hand. And that was the moment. Jisong reached past her and took someone else's hand first. A woman in a red dress. Yuri. She used to work in his executive office. These days, her name had gotten around. "The VIP guests are waiting for you, Chairman." Yuri took his arm like she'd done it 1,000 times. Jisong leaned toward her like it was the most natural thing in the world. Jenny's hand stopped in midair. People around them started looking. One by one, some lifted their glasses and pretended not to notice. Others caught each other's eyes. Jenny didn't say a word. But the fingers wrapped around her champagne glass were slowly going rigid. She watched her husband. More precisely, she watched her husband not watching her. The hardest part of 7 years wasn't the affair. It was becoming invisible. Jenny took one slow step forward. Her hand came up. The air in the hall shifted. A few people held their breath, sure she was about to slap him. But Jenny's hand never came down. Instead, she gave him the most beautiful smile in the room. "Enjoy the evening, Chairman Kang." Jisong finally looked at her. Too late. Something behind Jenny's eyes had already gone completely cold. The party kept going like nothing had happened. The orchestra played on. People laughed and talked investments and wine. But Jenny knew. That moment, that was the moment her marriage ended. She walked to the edge of the hall and stopped in front of the floor-to-ceiling windows. The LA skyline spread out below her, gold burning through the black. People had always envied her. The perfect husband, the perfect wealth, the perfect life. What nobody knew was this. Jenny Cole had never once felt loved. End it tonight. It's really time to end it. She set her champagne glass down on a passing tray and walked out of a party that didn't notice she was leaving. Just past midnight, Jenny got back to the Beverly Hills house before he did. She didn't bother changing out of her gown. She went straight to the study, opened the bottom drawer of the desk, and pulled out an old manila envelope. She'd been keeping it there for 6 months. Jenny opened it slowly. Inside were divorce papers. 2 signature lines. One was already filled in. "Jenny Cole?" She placed the papers in the center of the desk and let out a quiet breath. "One last look. I just want to see the face you walk in with." Just after 1:23 a.m., the front door opened. Kang Jisong came in with his tie half undone. A faint mix of alcohol and someone else's perfume followed him through the door. He spotted the light in the study and stopped. "You're still up?" Jenny didn't answer. She just looked at the papers on the desk. His gaze followed hers down. For a few seconds, he didn't say anything. "What is this?" Not a question. A man trying to believe his own eyes. Jenny looked at him quietly. When she spoke, her voice was completely steady. "Sign it. I'm not your wife anymore. I'm your consequence." His jacket slipped off his arm and fell to the floor. Between them sat a single sheet of paper. And on that paper, 7 years of marriage was quietly coming apart. Jisong picks up the papers. Slow. Reading line by line. His jaw works. Jenny watches it. She's been watching that jaw for 7 years. Every time the anger rose, he'd grind it down without saying a word. "Where did you get this done?" Still not a question. 6 months ago. Jisong sets the papers down. Not sets drops, but with the force pulled out of it. "Is this about Yuri?" "It's not about Yuri. It's about you. You're really going to say that name to me right now? Jisong looks at her. For the first time, tonight really looks too late. His voice climbs. It's Jisong's 7 years. We've been together 7 years, and this is all it comes down to. One piece of paper. For 7 years, I kept your company alive. I talked your father down off the ledge. I sat at tables full of your people and smiled. That's not one piece of paper that is 7 years. Jisung steps closer. Jenny doesn't step back. Then why now? Why tonight? Because tonight, you looked at her in front of a microphone. Silence. In front of 500 people. Jisung's face goes still. He doesn't deny it. That silence says everything. And then it happens. Jisung's hand comes up. Jenny's mother's diamond earring hits the floor. A small sound. It rolls once across the tile and stops. Jenny hears it. She doesn't turn her face. She doesn't close her eyes. She just stops. Remember this. Exactly the sound. This moment. Jisong's hand comes down. He knows what he just did. The air in the room changes. The things you can't take back have a smell to them. This room is full of it now. Jenny moves. She picks up the earring, holds it in her palm for a moment, looks at it, puts it in her pocket, and walks to the bedroom. Jenny. She doesn't look back. The bedroom door closes. The lock turns. Jisong is left alone in the study. The divorce papers on the floor. He doesn't sit. He leans back against the wall like standing is the best he can do. The signature line stares up at him from the floor. Kang Jisong. Still blank. 4 a.m. Jenny comes out with one suitcase. One bag for 7 years. Jisong is on the living room couch. He hasn't slept. Their eyes meet. He opens his mouth. I'm sorry. Jenny stops. One beat. You didn't lose me tonight. You lost me the moment you decided I was replaceable. Jisong closes his eyes. Jenny walks to the front door. It opens. It closes. The elevator button. And then nothing. Jisong can't get up from the couch. The LA dawn burns through the glass like nothing happened at all. Underground parking. Jenny's car. She sits in the driver's seat, hands on the wheel. Doesn't start the engine. 1 minute. No tears come. There aren't any left. She used them all up a long time ago. New York. Cole Global. What Dad built. What I gave away. Time to take it back. The engine turns over. Jenny pulls out of the parking garage. The LA freeway. Empty at 4 a.m. She never checks the rearview mirror. Not once. 3 days later. New York. Midtown Manhattan. November in New York is cold and unforgiving. Grey sky. Wind cutting through the buildings. Jenny walks up Fifth Avenue in a black coat. One suitcase. One bag. For the first time in 7 years, nobody knows where she is. That freedom is cold and unfamiliar and surprisingly solid. Cole Global Holdings. 47th floor. Dad's name is still on the lobby wall. She doesn't slow down. Cole Global Holdings. Main lobby. Marble floors. Floor-to-ceiling glass. On the wall ahead, metal letters spell it out. Cole Global Holdings. Smaller, underneath, founded by Marcus Cole. 1987. Jenny stops. She touches her father's name with her fingertips. Cold. Metal is always cold. Dad, I'm going to fix this. A receptionist approaches. Can I help you with something? I'm here to see the board chairman. Jenny Cole? The receptionist's expression shifts. She knows that name. Everyone in this building knows that name. 47th floor, conference room. Robert Shin, early 60s, white hair. Jisong's right hand. He doesn't stand when Jenny walks in. Miss Cole. No warning this time. Do I need to warn you, Robert? I'm a shareholder with 23% of this company. Robert pauses. That stake is currently under Chairman Kang's name. It was in my name before the marriage. Have you read Clause 3 of the prenup? Robert's eyes narrow. Jenny places an envelope on the table. Slowly. Dead center. My attorney filed with the court this morning. Silence. Robert doesn't open the envelope. He doesn't need to. He already knows it's too late. Same time, LA. Jisong's office. His phone rings. Robert. He picks up on the third ring. Talk. Miss Cole is in New York, sir. At Cole Global. Jisong sets his pen down. She's filed for stake recovery under Clause 3 of the prenup. This morning, Jisong stands. Get the legal team together. Already done. But sir, Robert stops. What? We reviewed the prenup. She's right. The silence that falls over Jisong's office is a different kind of quiet. He looks out the window. The LA afternoon is too bright. She said 6 months ago. He finally gets it. How long she'd been planning. How quietly. New York. Next morning. Jenny's hotel room. 7 a.m. She's at the desk with her laptop. Coffee beside her. 7 years of Cole Global financials are open on the screen. She reads through them, line by line. Her phone rings. Unknown number. Hello. A beat of silence. Then, it's me. Jenny's eyes don't leave the screen. Go through my attorney. Jenny. I'm hanging up. The call ends. Jenny takes a sip of coffee. Her hand is steady. That surprises even her. 2 days later. Cole Global lobby. 2 of Jisong's men are waiting for her. Dark suits. Arms crossed. Jenny sees them and doesn't break stride. Miss Cole. The chairman would like a word. In the lobby. He hesitates. Do you know how many security cameras are in this building? I counted. 12. She hits the elevator button. Next time, make an appointment. I'll have my assistant send you the number. The elevator doors close. 2 men left standing in the lobby. Marble floors. High ceilings. Cole Global Holdings. The air in this building is already something different. 47th floor. Jenny's temporary office. The Hudson River through the windows. She looks at it for a moment. Rivers always move. Block them, redirect them. They still move. Board meeting notice. Signature line. Jenny Cole? She signs. Not divorce papers this time. This time, it's a beginning. Jenny isn't after revenge. She never was. What she wants is simple what's hers, back in her hands. For 7 years, she gave things away in the name of love. Her name. Her stake. Her voice. And finally, her dignity. Jisong is feeling something new right now. Fear. But the thing he's afraid of isn't Jenny. It's himself. 1 week later. JFK Airport. Kang Jisong steps off the plane. No staff. No security. Just him. That alone says something has changed. Cab to Midtown. He stands on the sidewalk in front of Cole Global. Looks up at the building. Cole Global Holdings. A name he'd thought of as his for 7 years. It was never his. Jenny. He walks inside Jenny's office. 47th floor. Outside, her assistant steps in front of him. Do you have an appointment? Kang Jisong. I know who you are. Do you have an appointment? Jisong stops. It never occurred to him there'd be a day that name didn't open doors in this building. He pulls out his phone. Texts Jenny. 1 minute. 2. 3. The office door opens. Come in. Her voice hasn't changed. That's what scares him. Inside the office, Jenny is at her desk, looking over documents. She doesn't look up when he walks in. She finishes the line she's on. Then she looks. Sit down. He sits. He can't remember the last time he sat down across from someone in a room like this. He always stood. Always looked down. He's sitting now. Come back. Jenny sets down her pen. Is that what you came all the way to New York to say? Yeah. You flew here yourself? Yeah. Jenny looks at him. Long. Steady. The way a judge looks at someone in the dock. Why? Because I was wrong. That's it. Jisong goes still. You were wrong for 7 years. Why does right now matter? He doesn't have an answer. Did Yuri leave? Or is it because I filed the lawsuit? Neither. Then what? Jisong looks out the window. The Hudson. Then back at her. That night after you left. The earring. Something moves across Jenny's face. I watched you pick it up. Your mum's earring. And you just put it in your pocket. And I? He stops. His jaw works. That's when I knew what I'd done. Jenny stands, walks to the window, her back to him. The Hudson moves below. I want to believe him. That's the problem. I still want to. She doesn't turn around. Jisong. Jisong. With a formal distance she hasn't used in 7 years. He hears it. Something quietly collapses somewhere inside his chest. Do you know whose side Yuri was on? He goes rigid. Choi Minjun, the man your family's been fighting since your father's time. She was his from the start. Silence. Jisong gets to his feet. How long have you known? 8 months. Jisong can't move. 8 months and you never said anything. Would you have believed me? Nothing. You believed every word she said. I lived with you for 7 years and you still wouldn't listen to me. Jisong stares at her back. She's looking out at the river. It moves. It doesn't stop. I turned the one person I should have protected into my enemy. With my own hands, I destroyed the only real thing I ever had. And I did it with my own hands. Jenny hears that. In the reflection of the window, her eyes flicker, just for a second, then still again. Jenny turns around. She looks at him, really looks. Takes her time. She thinks about the first time she saw this face. 10 years ago, the lobby of her father's building. He looked exactly like this. Hard. Lonely. Like he didn't know much of anything. That's why I reached out. Was that my mistake? Or was it my choice? She goes back to the desk, opens a drawer, takes out an envelope, sets it in front of him. Everything on Yuri is in there. The connection to Choi Minjun, too. Use it to protect your organization. Jisong looks down at the envelope. Why are you giving me this? Because I don't want you destroyed. I just want what's mine. Jisong picks it up. Slowly. His hands are shaking. He doesn't try to hide it. Jisong drops to his knees. No warning. No leader. 47th floor. The Hudson River out the window. Kang Jisong, a man who has never knelt in front of anyone. On the floor. Come back. Jenny. I'll do anything. Jenny looks down at him. For the first time, tears come to her eyes. They don't fall. They just sit there. Don't do this. If you do this, I'm going to waver. She wavers. But she doesn't break. Wavering and breaking are two different things. Jenny knows that now. Jenny doesn't reach out her hand, but she tells him to get up. Get up. Jisong stands. The desk is between them. Jenny doesn't close that distance. Jisong doesn't cross it. That space, it's the most honest thing either of them can offer right now. The board meets next Tuesday. The stake transfer finalizes then. I know. No objections? Jisong looks at her. No. One word, with a whole lot inside it. Jisong picks up the envelope and stands, walks toward the door, stops. Doesn't turn around. 8 months carrying that around. That must have been terrifying. Jenny doesn't answer. You held all of it alone. Silence. Jenny's hand shifts slightly on the desk. She makes a fist. Opens it. I'm sorry. That's all I just needed to say that right. He doesn't look back. The door opens. Closes. Jenny is alone. The Hudson runs past the window. She watches it for a long time. The following Tuesday, Cole Global Holdings board meeting. Long table, 12 chairs. Jenny Cole takes the head of the table. For the first time, Robert Shin sits across from her. He doesn't say a word today. Nothing left to say. The paperwork says it all. Stake transfer agreement. Kang Jisong's signature at the bottom. Jenny looks at that signature. She's known his handwriting for 7 years. This is the first time that name was written for her. Dad. We're good. She signs. Cole Global Holdings. As of today, under the name Jenny Cole. The board meeting ends. People file out. Jenny stays in her seat. The room goes quiet. She reaches into her bag. Her mother's diamond earrings. She holds them in her palm. The ones she picked up off the floor that night. Cold. Small. Perfect. Jenny puts them on. Both of them. Outside the window, late afternoon sunlight is settling on the Hudson. Gold. Not like the LA skyline at night. This light is warm. That evening, Jenny's phone. A text from Jisong. Yuri situation is handled. Choi Minjun too. Couldn't have done it without you. Jenny reads it. Once. Twice. She starts typing a reply. Delete it. Starts again. Glad to hear it. 4 words. She sends it. Delivered. His reply comes. I miss you. Jenny puts her phone face down on the table. Looks out the window. The Hudson is still moving. It doesn't stop when night falls. Me too. She doesn't send it. Not yet. Next morning. 47th floor. By the window. Jenny stands with her coffee. New York morning is pushing its way between the buildings. Her face, for the first time in 7 years, actually looks like her. Not sadness. Not anger. Just Jenny Cole. Her phone rings. Not an unknown number. Jisong. She picks up on the 3rd ring. I forgive you, but I'm not coming back. Those are 2 different things. Silence on the other end. Then his voice. I know. That's all. The call ends. Jenny takes a sip of coffee. Outside, New York is waking up. So is she. Jenny Cole didn't take revenge. She just came back to herself. Love doesn't end at the moment of betrayal. It ends the moment you start protecting that person more than you protect yourself. Jenny thought she'd figured it out too late. But figuring it out at all, that was the beginning. Love asks for sacrifice. But giving away your dignity isn't sacrifice. That's erasure. Like the moment Jenny picked that earring up off the floor, we often make our most important decisions in complete silence. No shouting, no tears. We just pick it up and we walk. Real courage isn't in the leaving. It's in taking yourself with you when you go. Jisong lost everything before he could finally see himself clearly. That's still a beginning. Late, but real. If there's one thing to carry away from this story, it's this. If you are the most graceful person in the room, and that still isn't enough for even one person you are allowed to leave, this story is a work of fiction.